into playing catch is we'll have the partner getting in about the receiving position. So he's, again, got his legs spread a little bit more than shoulder width apart. Okay, got the bend in the knees, and the target is the most important part. Both hands out. Have to catch with two hands. Okay, not just the one. But they'll give the target so I can line up my throw right to that target. I go through, finish, and the receiving piece of this to work on is they can step with 1 foot forward. So it's always their glove foot forward to receive. Okay, so if Matt was getting into his power position, I'm receiving. You want to work on stepping and catching at the same time. So stepping with their glove hand, covering it up with their other hand. So they're always catching two hands. Once they get more advanced, so that's the first drill, I guess you could say. As they get more advanced, you have them work in, say, jump on the skateboard where they cross their feet over and get right back up into the throwing position. And then you can freeze them, check to see if they've got good balance, whatever. But the first one is just the receiving, and you can work in where they jump on the skateboard and cross over into the throwing position. Okay. Any questions on that?
I just want to ask you something about the receiving, because with a lot of these kids there are, like when you guys
even as we play catch, I still have the guys start in this position and we'll kind of dictate their throw. So everyone on this line, or so to speak, would have the ball and we say throw. Okay, so they throw, they finish, other line receives, but then nobody throws until everyone has the ball back. So we're all doing it at the same time, so that as a coach, you have the ability to see the differences between your players, if one person's doing it right or not. Don't be afraid to say, watch Billy do it, he's doing it pretty well. But then it's also to build up the progression too. So you say, unless you hit him in the chest, there's no reason for you to back up any further than you currently are. So say, good throw always meets a quick throw. So if you can't hit him in the chest, there's no point in throwing long. You have to master control before you can get length or velocity. So when we play catch, it's okay, so I did hit him in the chest. All right, after, I don't know, 5 or 10 reps, then we'll take a step back. Okay, if you keep hitting him in the chest, take another step back. And this is 9, 10, 11, essentially.
6 through 9.
6 through 9, sorry. Early in the year, I wouldn't go farther than they need to throw from their position. So essentially, third base would probably have the farthest to throw because outfield should have a cut. So it's probably not more than 60 to 90 feet. If you want to work in a long toss, you can, but even long toss, we practice throws on a bounce. So trying to focus on a flat throw versus a long throw. If they can throw a flat throw with one bounce, it's better than one long throw to get it in the air. So really they're not throwing a ton distance-wise. Plus their arms will stay in pretty good shape or not get too many injuries. And then as they get better, we always say moving the feet. So it's not just standing here with flat feet, receiving, okay, and then setting up to go here. They will always move your feet. Okay, I got it, now I'm back into here. Okay, then I go back into my throwing position. Then I go back and throw. So it's not just flat-footed every time, really rigid, just one thing to the other. Get them moving up a little bit too.
Can I say one thing about that, Ryan? Like I think some of us were travel evaluators for the traveling teams that tried out a couple weeks ago, and it's really hard to evaluate a lot of those kids because they can catch and they can field ground balls when they're 11, 12 to 15. The big difference you see on the players that really are a level above the other kids are those that have that good footwork and can make that catch and get that ball out right away. If it's one thing I'm trying to work on with the kids that actually, you got kids on your team that are going to get to the ball and field it, really work on that, because the one thing I notice with those kids is the kids that can make that step and that footwork and get that ball out fast, they're clearly above all the other kids. At that level, 10, 11 years old, the kids are going to be able to field the ground ball.